We earned the cave in. This crushing blow is really nice, but oh no, I don't have to dislodge anything. That is right, because I can have 3 skills. So we are taking the crushing blow, because that allows me to take one of my strength die and turn it into a 6. Am I still in frame? Yes, I am. Perfect. That turned out pretty good. We'll spend 2. See what's going on in here. And we got a goblin. X equals 4 per open door. Well, this time we have another open door, so X equals 8. So this guy becomes a little more difficult to deal with. But I can get another strength, which would be nice to have. Or I could use Shimmer Blast. No, I think the strength is more of my preference. Alright, let's see if we can deal with this guy. I think I have enough to deal with him without using my Eagle Eye ability. So I'll just go with my normal skills. And let's see what we got here. I see plenty of 6s. Looks like a good roll. Got a 1 and a 3 up here. I'm definitely going to take this 1. Turn that crushing blow on. Put him into a 6. And I could use one of those agility die to re-roll. He does have the armor, which we need 8 yellow. So this would be 9. That's enough to cover that. And I think I will have to use one of those. Yeah, I'm going to use this 3 to backstab. Roll 2 more strength dice. And get a 5 and a 1. That turned out great because I can use this 6 here for that double wound and then this 5 out here for that double wound. This 5 and 4 will take care of both of these. We have a 4 here that'll take care of that 3. And these 2 6s will take care of our 3 and 4 out here. Well, that's perfect. We covered every box. We'll suffer no consequences at all. We have our goblin, and we're going to take him as a strength item, putting us at 4 strength now. Be nice when I get my felt table in. I won't have these cards sliding around quite as much. Now I'm going to spend 2. And do I want to explore or do I want to go after this wraith? It doesn't have anything that I really need, so I think I'll explore and add 3 more rooms. Spend 2. Getting closer to the stairway. Let's come across the hall here. And we got a big ogre. That's a nice reward though. Oh boy. Do I have what it takes to come after this guy? I think I'm going to give it a shot. And I'm going to spend 2 time. 0 in with my Eagle Eye, and that'll allow me to roll this prior. I'll take that 5 for sure, and hopefully we can do some damage here. We got some big boxes to fill, but no armor, so we can put them where we want to. Okay, initially it doesn't look good, but again, we do have abilities that will change these things. And I'm going to take, I don't know if I want to take that 1 or that 3 to turn into a crushing blow. I'm going to take the 1. You can use these on the abilities also. And that'll give us another 6 out there. I'll take this 1, and that'll allow me to roll 2 more strength dice and not do very well. I can always use this 2 to prevent a wound with my dodge skill. Well, let's see where we're sitting right now. If I use these 2 6s in here, that'll take care of that. I want to keep the wounds to a minimum, so I'll put that out there. 5, 8, 9. We'll take care of this double wound there, leaving us with 2 wounds to deal with out here. Nothing I can do about that 6. I can put that there to take care of that one. This will take care of that time. Yeah, that was time and a wound, so we'll go with that. I can take this 6 and no, that won't help me either. What if I turn that into a 6 and a 3? Would be a heroic 3. It would be the same thing. So right now I would be losing 2 health and 2 time. I used 2 time, so that would be 4 time, activate the freezing winds and lose 3 health. Maybe there's another way around this I'm missing. This was 8. No, that was 9. So I need those 3 there. I don't think I am missing anything. I think that is the best outcome that I can come up with, because that's a double wound out there. I need to have that covered. I stared at it for a while, but I think that's the best I can come up with. I'll lose 2 time, which will activate the freezing winds and cause another wound for a total of 3 wounds. But I'll use dodge to avoid 1 wound and only take 2. The ogre hurt us, but we're going to get another health and another strength. So we take 2 wounds. That's going to bring us up to 4 total wounds. And we can have 3 items. So this one will go under there, making our archer really strong. We're really lacking magic. So we're full up on our items and skills, so next time we take one, we're going to have to swap something out. Most likely, if it's an item, it's going to be that one, because I want to keep my 7 health that I have, which is a pretty good amount to have. Let's see what's in another room. Keep avoiding this wraith for now. And run into a fire elemental, which we are not going to mess with, because it requires a lot of magic. And the Yeti's Cavern requires a lot of magic too over here. Yeah, I can't mess with this thing. And I'm going to take a wound just to take him on, because before the encounter, one hero loses a health. So we will flee. We don't want to mess with that fire elemental. And we'll come to a pit of spikes. We can climb around it and spend a bunch of time, or we can jump over it. Well, I can roll the most dice if I climb around. Jumping over, I can only roll 4 dice total. But I would have to spend time to roll 5 dice. I think We're getting close to the bottom of the floor though. Which one do I want to do? I'm going to go with climbing around it because that gives me 6 dice to roll, and I still have to deal with this 4 shield and that 5 double wound out there, and then I would need 8 here. I don't want to have to add up 14 and deal with those and rolling less dice, but climbing around is going to cost me time, and if I lose one more time, the winds will get me again. Here we go. I think this is okay. It looks like it. We don't have any shield. Oh, we do have a shield. We have this 4 out here, which I'll use that on. The 1 5 I have will take care of the double wound. And that's 3 and 3 for 6, 8, 9 total. That takes care of it, so we are safe. We're not going to take any wounds or lose any more time. We managed to climb around this pit of spikes right near the staircase before we go down to the next floor. I think I'm going to take it as dexterity because being able to add one of those to turn it into a 6 is a pretty powerful deal. But do I want to get rid of backstab or the one that allows me to prevent a wound? Well, I do have the automatic ability that if I lose only one, and then I can lose one in prevent one in a boss round. I'll get rid of dodge because I really want that ability. So we'll pull dodge out of there. Let me rearrange these a little bit. Now we have dexterity, backstab, and crushing blow. This will go to be our first 2 experience, but we have to get up to 9. And now we have a choice. There's 1 and 2. If I explore, I would put a couple more doors out, and that's not going to do me any good because I would have to spend 2, take a wound just to open 1, or do I want to attempt to take on maybe this wraith? Right now I don't want to take on either one of these because I'm so low in magic and I have so many magic spaces that I would need. And if I spent any time to get an extra die, it would activate the stairs and the monsters would catch up to me that I escaped and do another wound to me. I'm already at 4, which means I'm probably going to have to heal soon. I should really get some more potions, find an encounter that gives me a potion so I can build these up because I'm getting ready to go to the 3rd floor. So since I do not want to enter a room, I would have to explore, and I have no cards to draw, so I won't add any. So that's it. That would be the end of the turn. And I don't think I'm required to enter a room if I can't add anything for exploring. Let me see if there's a mention of that in the rules, or if I'm stuck facing one of these creatures. On page 34 of the rule book, under stairs, it says if the stairs card is revealed during an explore action, no damage is taken and no further doors are added to the play area. I know that that means if I were to explore and I had like 1 or 2 cards on here, like if I only had 1, I would put the 1 out and then I would have nothing else to put. So no further doors would be added, no damage is taken, no time. So I think I can declare that I'm going to explore. Nothing is going to come from here because there's nothing to do, and I'm okay to go ahead and end my turn and descend to the 3rd floor. We are ready. I shuffled the pile of cards, and we're heading down to the 3rd floor. And we're going to have to deal with Biting Cold, which adds a shield on the perils. All yellow boxes now gain shields. And then for the combat encounters, we have 2 shield and wound boxes that are yellow also. That makes it a lot more difficult. We're ready to go. I'm going to spend 2 so I can explore and get a new group of doors out here. And I apologize ahead of time. I'm watching a dog for someone, so you may hear some dog and or cat related noise in the background because one of my cats and that dog are not used to each other, so sometimes they start chasing each other and making a lot of noise. So if you hear that in the background, I apologize ahead of time. So we have explored. Now we're ready to move on to our next turn and enter one of these rooms. At the beginning of the turn, I will spend my potion to heal 3 wounds. That way the archer only has the 1. We'll start here at the top, and it's a experience 3. It's a bandit. Requires a lot of agility and a couple of yellow, which these now gain the armor symbol, which means I would have 2 yellow 5s that I would have to cover, along with 2 yellow 3s that I would have to cover. Then we have that double 5 or double wound there with a 5. Wow, that's going to be tough. Now we do get to roll 5 yellow dice, and I can turn 1 into a 6 with the crushing blow, and I can use one of my agility to roll 2 more yellow dice, and I have dexterity now, which means I can turn one of those dexterity dice into a 6. So maybe it's not as difficult as I thought. Yeah, let's give this guy a shot. What are we going to gain if we do, though? I already have the backstab ability. I could use an additional magic. That's a pretty good thing. Or maybe I'll just go to experience. If I take it as magic, I would probably swap it out with this strength here in the middle, since it's not giving me a health, and that'll bump my magic from 2 to 3. That's what I will do. If I'm successful and the game does not end right here, let me adjust this a little bit to get the top of this dice tray in the frame. There we go. Let's gather the dice. So our archer is pretty strong. We got a 5. We get to use 3 agility, 2 magic, and we have our encounter bonus die that we get to roll. Do I want to spend 2 time? Please excuse that quick cut there. I had a moment of that really loud barking that I didn't want to have in the video. And I was thinking if I wanted to spend the 2 to add another die. Now I'm going to need to cover 2 blue, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yellow, 2 magenta, and then that combo or the large box with the double wound in it. And I only have the 1, so yes, I will. I'll spend the 2. I got to keep that to a minimum because 2 more is going to cause a wound thanks to those freezing winds. And I have to roll this before the encounter. And it's a 2, which will do nothing for me except I might be able to use it to fill that 8 in because there are no 2s out there. So roll the rest of these. And I don't see any 6s. Well, we don't need any 6s, so that's okay. So let's gather everything up so it's easier to see. A couple of yellow 1s. That's not a large concern. A blue 2 and a blue 3. That's not very good for us. So first, I'm going to take this yellow 1, go to the crushing blow so I can get that as a 6. Then I can take this magenta 1, put it on dexterity to add a magenta 6. And the only other ability I would have would be I could add another agility to backstab and roll 2 more yellow, which I don't know if I need to do that right now or not. Let's start putting dice on and reserve that one for if we need it. Remember, thanks to the biting cold, all of the strength or the yellow boxes gain a shield. That means this brutal strength out here gains 1 too. So we have 3 5s to cover and 2 3s to cover before we can do anything else. Well, if I cover this 5 here, because that's the double wound, this 5 here, the 3 we can cover. I have a 6 that I can use on that 5. I need something for that 3 out there. I could use this 4. The 4 will cover the 3. And that will take care of all the boxes that had that armor on them now. Now I have this double wound of an 8. I can use a 6 and this 2 to take care of that. I have a wound with a 3 on it, a magenta 1. That 4 takes it, and then the 5 will cover the 4, and we're almost there. We're out here though. We have a couple of time left. I can put a 3 on that one, and that'll leave us with 1 box with a time unit in it, and that's okay because we only spent 2. We'll lose a time unit, and that'll only be 3, which means the freezing winds won't activate, and we'll get through this without hardly a scratch. We will lose that 1 time. The bandit delayed us a little bit. It was a little harder combating him than we thought. And I will take this as magic. Slide all these out. I'm going to swap it out with this goblin one, which is worth 2. And it'll come over here to my experience. And now we have a total of 4. And let me line these back up so it's easier to see what's going on. And we're all set. And during that last one, I got to remember I have this kiting ability that if I was only going to lose one wound or 1 health, that I could have spent time instead. So I also have that option I have to remember during combat encounters. Well, that's nice to see a couple of 4s when I draw. That means there's less of a chance of them being in here. And I spoke too soon. Here's our friend the boulder rolling at us. And this is a really nice... Oh, and so is this here. This Valor means she would get to roll another die. Another heroic die. Wow. That's going to be a tough choice. First I have to see if I want to go after it, because I do have all of these to deal with now with perils. There's no shield, or no yellow boxes that are going to become shields. If I slow time, I need an 11, but I'd only roll 3. If I run past it, I would only roll 3, well 4. Wow, that's tough. There's no way that's going to work that way. I might have to just go ahead and flee from this. I'm going to flee. I just don't think rolling 3 or 4 dice. The only way I could roll more would be to spend time, which means I'd have to go for run past it. Otherwise I would activate freezing winds. So I would roll at best probably 5 dice. And I need a 14 worth, and then I need 2 4s and a 5 out here. That'd be asking a lot of the archer. So we'll flee. Open another door. And get some bear traps. Again, disarming them is going to eat up a lot of time. This is worth a magic, or I could turn it into a potion that would allow me to roll 3 magic. That might be the better option, because that'll put another potion on there. If I run through it, I can roll 4 dice. So I could spend 2 time to roll 5. I think I'll go with that option, because I don't want to... Maybe I do. Maybe I'm thinking about it the wrong way. If I disarm them and spend 3 time, I would roll 3 4 dice, and I would have to get a 6 because I'm going to need 3 dice over here. So I would need all 4s, 5s, and 6s because these powers don't work for perils. And then if I choose this and roll 5 dice, spend 2 time, I'd need an 11, 4, 4, 5. Wow. It's hard to tell which one of those is the better option. Because I would lose 2 health out here. I think I'm gonna flee from this right now too. Even though it's one of the easier ones. I just don't want to take the chance at taking a bunch of wounds. And here we go, we got another boulder. Now we're into really tough choices here. As much as I hate wasting time, I just don't think I have the ability to handle this with all of these extra... Oh, thought the focus was going to stay out on me. I can't. I gotta hope for something. I could go after this open bear trap room. Oops. But if I disarmed it, I'd still need something to help me. I just don't have anything that can help me. So I'll explore, spend 2, and see if we can get something that is not a peril. Well, we can, but it's going to be a massive ice elemental. I did some thinking about it, and I think I am going to go after him. And what I will do is I would take this as a reward, the item, swap out one of my strength and health for a agility and health, and then I can go after the bear traps next. And let's put the dice out here and see if this is a good idea or not. So we're going to get 4 yellow, which we need plenty of because of all that out there. we're going to get 3 agility, which we don't need any of, but we could use them for making heroic die. We need lots of blue. We get that encounter bonus die. And he has frost, so before the encounter, I have to spend 3 time. Now, I think odds are something is going to be left. And it's going to be time, which is going to put me at 4 and cause a wound anyway. So I'm going to spend 2, which means it'll cause a wound, but I can roll a die before the encounter starts. Because it says if you spend at least 4 during an encounter, lose 1 health. So it doesn't compound. Like if I spent another 4, I don't lose again. So I'm going to lose 1 anyway, I think. So that would leave me the option of leaving some of these hourglasses for time open, since I'm already taking the wound. That's good. I like to see that. That's promising. Let's see if that promise continues. I could really use a good roll here. I see some 6s, some 3s, a 2, a 3, and a 6. We got a 3, a 6, and a 1 here. This 1 doesn't help us much. But I can use that 1 to activate some of these abilities too, which I think I will definitely do. That's a good idea. Glad I thought of it. So I'll take this 1 and use it on backstab. That'll give me 2 more dice. A couple of 3s, which definitely help because there's a lot of 3s. And remember, the biting cold makes all of these yellow boxes armor boxes that I have to deal with. This magenta 1 is doing me no good at all, so I'll definitely turn it over here to dexterity to give me a 6. And I'll take this yellow 2, add it to the crushing blow to get me another yellow 6. And I can, if I would lose only 1 wound, so I could leave 1 wound open and turn it into a time loss instead. Can we do this? So we need an 11, a 3, a couple more 3s, and a 5 that all have the armor symbol that we have to fill first. So if we go that route, 6 and this 5 would cover the 11. This 6 would cover that 5, and then all these 3s can take care of the other 3s. And just at a glance, it looks like we might come out of this okay. We'll have that 6 take care of there. This 5 will handle there. These 2 6s will become a heroic 6, and that'll cover my 4. These 2 3s will combine to become a heroic 3, and that will take care of one of the time units, and we're only going to lose 1 time and take no more damage. And I'm glad I took that extra die, because that 1 time would have put us at 4 and I would have taken the wound anyway, so that worked out just as I predicted it would. Perfect. I will stick with my plan and swap this out for one of these strength, and that will give me 4 agility, 3 magic, 3 strength. This becomes experience, which now we have 4, 6, 8, one short of leveling up again. Thank you for watching. Please take a moment to click on these links and consider supporting the channel through Patreon. If you'd like to make a one-time donation, the link to my GoFundMe page is in the video description below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, and check out the other videos on this channel. Your support is appreciated, and I'll see you in my next video.